Yes. So good morning, each and everyone present here. I hope I'm clearly audible and visible to you guys. Can you quickly confirm it once by giving me a thumbs up? Hi, Ayan. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Madhumita. Hi, Ashya. Hi, Teja. Hi, Farid. Hi, Harsha. Perfect. I can see all of you are here. Hi, Lily. Hi, Azmina. Hi, Bob. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Great. So we'll start with our session of today, which is about geometry masterclass. Okay. We'll wait for another 1 or 2 minutes so that each and every one of you joins the session, and then we will begin with our session of the day. But till then, let us quickly talk about how exactly are we going to cover the entire session here. Okay. Whenever I talk about geometry as a subject, or whenever I talk about geometry and measures as a main topic within 11 plus examination, what we all need to remember is there are going to be a lot of formulas. Okay. So we need to make sure that we have a separate formula list in front of us so that I can revisit all my formulas at once with the help of the entire section that I will be creating myself. For that, what I generally recommend to my students is for the page that they are having, they can divide it into two parts. Okay. And they can create a separate table. On the right hand side, they can write down all of the formulas for the question that they are practicing. This is to be done for all the practice sessions. Okay. Whenever you are practicing some questions or giving a mock for any paper, make sure you are noting it down right next to the question itself. So if it is like question number one, okay, you need to make sure you are making a separate section where you are going to note down the formulas as well. Now, within the formula, you can simply note down for this question what exactly is the formula that you have used. Okay. So, for example, if you have used area, then you have to write down area of square is side times side. This way, you can note down all of the formulas and it will help you in recalling as well during the examination. Okay. So, this was about general way of remembering such type of formulas. Now, let us quickly look at what do we have to do in our session for the today. Now, these are the content that we are going to watch in this entire session. Okay. At first, in the learning session itself, which is going to be half of the entire, uh, which will cover most of the part of the entire session. Here we are going to discuss each and everything related to the area and perimeters for the 2D shape and the compound shapes as well. Whenever I talk about compound shape, you guys just have to remember that there will be two or three 2D shapes which are combined together. Okay. So whenever I'm going to refer to this word, make sure you are recalling about the 2D shapes joined together. After that, we will be moving on towards the practice section. Within the practice section, we will be talking about the word problems which are related to area and perimeter. Especially, it is a main topic uh, under the geometry and measures that we are having, and it consists of nearly around 10 to 15% of the entire paper as well. So you guys need to make sure that you are aware about the types of questions which are present in the examination. Then at the end, we will be keeping a summary part where you just have to recall each and everything that you will be learning along with me during the session. Okay. Now, let us quickly look at the learning session. But before that, I have my friend here who is going to join us for the session. And his name is Harry Potter. I am sure all of you are aware about it as well. Okay. Now he was complaining to me that these all are the questions which are mostly asked by my students. Okay. And he was also confused as to how can we tackle geometry and measures. So me being Pi Tutor SS, who is here standing beside Harry Potter, he's explaining him. Okay, how exactly can you tackle all of these points? I'm sure you guys are also might be struggling with these type of points. Let us quickly look at the overview of these points here. It says there are too many formulas and it becomes very hard to remember. And I can certainly agree that there are nearly around 20 to 25 formulas, which I can clearly see for geometry, only for the main topic of geometry and measures. I will be able to find out there are 25 to 30 formulas which are present there. And this way you have six main topics. So it is going to take a lot of time to note down each and every formula and then recall it as well. Okay, so that is certainly a major issue. Then the second most important point that I have seen in most of the cases is forgetting about units, exactly what they are going to use in the question. They tend to forget as to what to be used, how to solve that question. So that also needs to be figured out here. I can see Chloe raising her hand. Just a second, let me help you in unmuting. Yes, Chloe. Is there any question for me?
No, that was an accident.
Okay. No issues at all. Okay. So after this, in the third point, you have too many properties. Which one to recall? What exactly is alternate interior angles, or what is a corresponding angle? Many times students gets confused with these type of properties as well. So all of this needs to be tackled in a uh, good manner, and also I will give you how exactly to write down which point next to which question. Okay, so this will help you in recalling each and everything at once during the examination as well. And then there are some very basic questions which I have seen, that too many ways to solve a problem, which one to choose. So I would suggest, whenever you are going to solve any question, and you have understood the concept of that question, make sure that you are using the same concept in solving at least 5 to 10 questions, unless you are getting satisfied with the way of solving the problem. Okay, do not just skip it at once and change your entire strategy of solving the problem. Otherwise that will make you confused during the examination as well. That will help you in clarifying an approach as to what to be used while solving the problem as well. So make sure that this point is also covered during the entire workout of any problem. Then we have questions like how to solve any question quickly. If you are sitting for any GL examination, then what should be your approach? It will be an MCQ based question. And if you are sitting for any CM based examination, or where you have to write down the answers for most of the questions, there you need to understand that you are going to explain the entire solution as well. So how are you going to frame the entire structure is also what you need to understand. Okay, so today in this session I will make sure that all of these points are clear, and we'll make this Harry Potter happy back again. Okay, now let us quickly begin with our session, where we have to understand the objective first. So this is going to be the entire objective, where we are going to talk about area and perimeter, and that too of the 2D shapes. And there are going to be compound shapes as well. But before moving forward, I want to ask you guys, as what do you understand by a 2D shape? Anyone who would like to answer this? You guys can raise your hands to answer this. Yeah, yes, Shikhar. Quickly unmute yourself. Yeah, tell me. What do you understand by a 2D
It's a
shape?
flat shape,
Very
which is
good.
dimension.
Great. So at first, it is a flat shape. Is there any other property that you can recall, Shikhar?
It has corners
Very good.
and
It has,
sides.
okay, it has corners. Let's note this down as well. Yeah. Anything else which you can think of while looking at a 2D shape?
It has sides.
Correct. It has sides. That is absolutely correct. Okay. So let me draw some of the 2D shapes for you, so that you guys can get a better understanding of exactly what we are talking about here in the 2D shapes. Look at this. We are having a square. Then this is your rectangle. We also have a circle in front of us. Now, when I look at these type of shapes, all of these shapes can be drawn, but you cannot feel it in real life. You cannot bring it out live from the entire paper. So it is like you can only draw it on any paper. That is why they are called 2D. 2D means two dimensional, and there will be only two sides which are going to come into picture. And that is going to be, one is length, the other one is width. Okay. And this is what separates a 2D shape with the 3D shape. Can Azmina, you or Daksh, can you tell me what should be the difference between the 2D and the 3D shape, and which dimension is going to be added then? Yes, Daksh.
You cannot lift a 2D shape, but you can lift a 3D shape.
Perfect. Very good. Very good, Daksh. That's a great point you have made. Let us quickly note this down as well. Okay. You cannot lift a 2D shape, but we can lift a 3D shape. Great. Yes, Shanvika, what do you think? Is there any other difference?
First, if it's a 2D shape,
Mhm.
then it's not thick, but
Mhm.
when it's a 3D shape, it has thickness.
Very good. That's a great point to make. Thickness is generally the height that we are adding within the 3D shape. Okay. Well done. Very good. Yes, Ayan, what do you suggest? Is there any other point that I can add here?
2D shapes have line of symmetry.
Okay, and what about 3D shapes? Don't they have line of symmetry?
No.
Okay, if I have a cube in front of me and if I want to cut it right from the middle, don't you think we can do it with the help of just a straight line?
Yeah.
Yeah. So always remember, whenever we are having a 2D shape, that is always going to have the lines of symmetry, and that lines of symmetry is going to be in this shape. Okay, so if I want to divide this entire rectangle into two parts, I just need a single straight line. But in a 3D shape, I will be requiring a plane. Okay, it is like removing a part of the cube with the help of a 2D shape here entirely. Okay, but that is going to be the only difference between a 2D and a 3D shape and its symmetry. Okay, great. That is also a good point that you have made here. Very good, Ayan. Now let us quickly move on to the next slide and let us look at what exactly are the area and perimeters for us. At first, always remember whenever we talk about a perimeter of a 2D shape, it is the sum of the length of all of its outer edges. Okay, I will explain you what exactly does this mean with the help of an example. But for now, just make sure you are noting down the key important points which I am underlining as well. Okay, so whenever I talk about perimeter of any 2D shape, the sum of the lengths of all of the outer edges are going to form your entire perimeter. The second most important point is perimeter has always the same unit as length. It doesn't change at all. So for example, you can see here, it is centimeter, meter, and then comes your millimeter here, which is the perimeter. Now, if I talk about area, area measures the amount of space which is present inside the 2D shape. So whenever we look at a 2D shape and when we try to look exactly what is present in between it, we call it as an area. Now, how will you measure any area? For measuring any area, you require square units in it. For example, millimeter square, then you have centimeter square, then we have meter square as well. Okay. Now I want to ask Adit as to what exactly is your favorite sport? Yes, Adit, if you're there. Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah. What exactly is your favorite sport, Adit?
Cricket.
Cricket. Great. So let us say we are present in a cricket field. Okay, Adit? Now this is how exactly a cricket field would look like. Now there is a pitch as well in the middle. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let us decide that Adit and Pi Tutor SS, both of them are racing against each other. Who is going to win the race, Adit?
Racing to where?
We both are racing against each other. Then what do you think? Who is going to win? If I am going to race along this boundary, okay, then what do you think? Who is going to win among
Me?
each other? Okay, Adit is competitive. Okay, I will be fast as well. Don't worry about it. I will catch you up. Okay, so here,
no.
okay. So here, as you can see, we both are going along the length of the boundary. To cover the entire field, we are going to call this as your perimeter. You guys can note this down as well. You have to always calculate the total length of the boundary to find out the perimeter of any field or any 2D shape. Okay, so this blue portion which is present here becomes your perimeter. Okay, now this is the same cricket field that we are talking about, but now we have stepped inside. Okay, so now Adit is present here in this field along with me, and we are trying to cover the entire space in it. So to represent the area, the grass which will be present inside is going to be called as your, if I make small grasses here for the entire field, this is going to be called as your area of the entire field. Okay, so this example will help you in remembering what exactly is the area and what is the perimeter here. Okay, so you guys can note this down as well. This is your area. Yeah. Now let us take another example. Let us say we are present here for this particular triangle. Okay. Now, if this is the field that we are present in, and I and Teja are racing against each other. So Teja, what will be the perimeter for this triangle? Can you explain me? If these are the three sides of the entire triangle, this is A, B, and C. So how will you calculate the entire perimeter?
You have to add C,
Very
A,
good.
and B to
Very
find
good.
the perimeter.
Perfect. Absolutely correct. So I need to add the length of the sides of A, B, and C to get the final perimeter here for the rectangle, for the triangle. Okay. So this is going to be the first formula for us. Perimeter of a triangle is equals to sum of all of the sides of the triangle. Now, when I talk about the area of the triangle, you guys can note this down as well. The formula for the area of the triangle becomes half, then comes times it by the base which is present at the bottom, and then the height. Height means this is the entire distance that you need to add to get the final answer. So this is your area of the triangle here. Okay. Now, let us quickly talk about the area of the rectangle. This is again a 2D shape in front of us. For calculating the total perimeter of the rectangle, if I start covering all of the length of the boundary here, that will be length added with width, added with length again, because after covering this portion, we are going to go back to this portion again. And after this, we have to reach back to the starting point. So this becomes L plus W plus L plus W, which is equals to 2 times length plus 2 times width here. And ultimately, this becomes your perimeter of the rectangle, and this is represented by 2 times that of the sum of the length and width. Now, what exactly is the area of the rectangle? Area of the rectangle is going to be length times that of width. Okay, I just want you guys to note down the entire formula here one by one, and then we will be solving some of the questions related to this. Okay, now let us quickly talk about what is the area of the square here. Okay, for the area of the square, always remember it is nothing but side times of side. So there are two sides present here for this entire square given to us. Okay, all of the length of the side is always going to remain the same. It doesn't change. So if it is like this is 3 centimeter, all of the sides will be 3 centimeter here. And what will be the area? Yes, who will answer this? Yes, Ayan, would you like to try? Yeah. If I want to calculate the area of the square here, what will be the answer?
Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah. How will you calculate the area of the square if the side is 3 centimeter?
Oh, you have to do 3 times 3.
Perfect. And that is equals to 9. Now, what about the units?
The units.
Yeah. Always remember, whenever there is an area attached to the question, you are writing down the answer in centimeters square or square centimeters. This way you can represent the area. Okay. Now, let us quickly talk about area of the parallelogram. Now, within the area of the parallelogram, always remember, we just have to multiply the base of the parallelogram with the height. Then we are going to get the area of the parallelogram as well. Okay. So for remembering this type of a structure, always remember there are suites in these type of shapes that we can see around. Okay. So these suites will remind you of the parallelogram, and the best part about the parallelogram is the opposite sides are always going to be parallel here. Okay, so this is what you have to remember. One is the base, the other one is going to be the height of the entire parallelogram. And when you multiply both of them together, you get the area of the parallelogram as well. Okay, now let us quickly move on to the area of trapezium as well. Can anyone tell me where have you seen this shape ever in your real life? Yes, can anyone recall it? Yes, Marco, what about you? Have you ever seen the shape in real life?
Yeah,
Okay, where exactly?
a bucket, like a bucket and spade in the beach.
Exactly. Very good. Whenever we just invert the bucket, we can simply look at this shape and it will remind it of the bucket that we are going to draw. Okay. So it is like having a bucket and you have just inverted it. Okay. This way. Now, how to calculate the area of the trapezium? Always remember there are two parts in it. One is the length which is given to you. Then there will be the other length which is on the other side that is going to be written down as B. So what is the area of the trapezium? That is half times a plus b times of height. Okay. So I think we have listed all of the formulas down one by one. Now let us quickly move on to the compound shape and learn about them as well. Whenever we combine two different 2D shapes together, and when we try to bring them together in one particular shape, we call it as a compound shape. Within a compound shape, perimeter of the compound shape is always going to be the sum of the lengths of all of the other edges, as we have already seen in the case of the cricket field. Okay. Similarly, you can imagine of other compound shapes as well, where we are just crossing the or crossing all of the length of the boundaries, and after getting the sum of it, the total length of the boundary is going to be called as your perimeter here. Now you have to break down the compound shape into smaller 2D shapes. That way you will be able to find out the perimeter easily. So if it is like these are the two shapes which are combined together, let us say this is another triangle that you have combined it here. Okay. And somebody asks you to calculate the perimeter of it. What are you going to do? At first, you will be adding this side with this one. Then you have to add it with this side. Then you have D, and at the end, you are having E here. So all of these sides combined together will be giving you the final perimeter of the entire shape. Okay. And if you want to calculate the area, you will have to calculate the area of the rectangle first. Similarly, you are going to calculate the area of the triangle here, and then you are going to add them together to get the final area of the compound shape. Okay. Now let us quickly move on to some of the examples and let us try to practice some of the questions together. This is the first question in front of us, and it says work out the area and perimeter of the 2D shape which is given below. And as you guys can see here, it is a compound shape. So accordingly, you guys have to tell me the right answer. You guys can also use the you guys can also use the comment section in order to answer it. Okay. And I can see many of you have already raised your hands. So let us see. Yeah. Albert, if you are there, you can unmute yourself and tell me how shall we calculate the perimeter of this shape? Yes. Albert, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes.
You basically you cut the side of here,
Mhm.
the
This one?
4.
Okay, 4,
Yeah.
right?
But wait, so
Yeah. Think about this. Here you are having 13 centimeter, right? And if I try to draw it on the top, then again I will be getting 13 centimeter for the top edge. Now look at this. We have only covered it till 10 centimeter. So what do you think? What should be the length of this side? Yes, Albert?
you cut off the 4 that the
Mhm.
line is on.
Yeah. So this should be 13
There should be
subtracted by
10
10.
and 10 only.
Right.
And so that would be 3.
Very good. Very good. I think you have already got the right answer. So if it is like 4, I need another 6 to make this a 10. That is why
Okay.
this side becomes 6.
Yeah, that's a 6 and the other's 4. Yeah.
Correct. Very good, Albert. Okay. Now let us quickly calculate the perimeter here. For calculating the perimeter, you are going to add all of these sides together. So 10, 13, 4, 3, then we have 6, then we have 10 again. If I add all of them up, this is 10, this is 10, 20. 20 plus 13 makes it 33, 37. This becomes 40, and at the end you are having 46 centimeter, which becomes your right answer. So this way you need to calculate the perimeter. Now, if I talk about the area, we just have to divide it into two parts like this. And you are having an area at first for this particular shape. Then you are having another shape, which is going to have the area as A2. Now look at this one. I have the shape as a square where the sides are 10. That is why 10 times 10 will be giving you the area of the square, that is equals to 100 centimeter square. Whereas if I look at this particular part, which is the second area of the shape that we need to calculate, this is already 4 centimeter in front of us. This entirely is 13 centimeter. If I subtract it with 10 centimeter, this becomes 3. So what is the area in the second shape? This is 4 times that of 3, which is equals to 12 centimeters square. Now I just need to add both of these two together to get my final compound area shape. So this becomes 100 added with 12, which is equals to 112 centimeters square as the final answer. Okay, so this is how we generally calculate the area and the perimeter of the shapes here. And I can see very good V, you have already given me the correct answer. Very good, Adit. That was absolutely correct. Very good, Harsha. Very good, Shanvika. Very good, Aditi. That was absolutely correct. Wonderful, guys. Okay, now let us quickly move on to the practice section and let us try some of the questions out in order to understand how exactly are the area and perimeter questions present in the 11 plus examination. Now, this is the first question in front of you. And for this one, I would like to call Venkat to quickly read the question out here for the class. Yes, Venkat.
Clay has 120 meters long wire. He transforms this wire into a rectangle of width 20 meters. After he transforms wire into a square, which of the following statement is correct?
Right. Now, these are the following statements given. In the first one, it says square covers more area than the rectangle. So at first I will have to calculate the area of the square. Similarly, I need the area of the rectangle as well from the entire question. Okay. After that, it says rectangle covers more area than the square. So I think with the help of the data that is given on the top in the word problem, I need to figure out the area of the rectangle and the area of the square. So what am I going to do? At first, I need to understand the question and break it down into parts. Okay, so let us look at the first statement. It says clay has a 120-meter long wire. 120-meter long wire means you are having a wire whose length here is 120 meters. Now, he is trying to convert this into a form of rectangle whose width is 20 meters. So it is like having a rectangle whose width is already known to us.
So
So
that
it is
means
yeah.
the length is 80 meters each. I mean,
Ayush.
40 meters each, but in total
Exactly.
80.
Exactly. Very good, Venkat. That was absolutely correct. Can you explain
So,
me how
so
have you
the
calculated it? We calculated this 40.
since it's 120 meters long wire, the width is 20 meters. It's on both sides, so it's 40, and then 120 minus 40 equals 80, and then 40 has to go on each side because you divided it by 2.
Very good. Absolutely correct.
So
So
the
I will
answer is
explain.
B.
Yeah. Okay, great. So you have calculated the area of the square as well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Nice. Very good, Venkat. Just wait for a while. I will explain it to other friends of yours as well, and then we'll continue with the discussion. Okay. So here for this question, as you guys can see, already Venkat has told us that for this 120-meter length of the wire, if I want to convert this into a rectangle, I will need a width. Width is already given to me in the question, that is 20 meters. And if I want to get the length of the rectangle as well, what will I do is I will be adding 20 and 20, which is already known to me. And that makes it a 40 with 120. So it is like 120 subtracted by 40 will be giving me 80 meters, which is the entire length that I need to use. Now, again, I am having two sides here. So I will have to divide it by 2 to get the final value of the length of the rectangle as well. So this becomes 40 times of 20 becomes the area of the rectangle, and this is equals to 800 centimeters square. Okay. Now, if I talk about the area of the, this is area of the rectangle. Now, if I talk about area of the square, what am I going to do is this 120 meter needs to be converted into a square now. Okay. Now, for a square, always remember you are going to have 4 equal sides in it. Now, imagine if the total amount of sides, or if I try to add all of the sides here, and that becomes 120, it means you are adding 4 sides here. So it is like 4 times that of the side is equals to 120. Now, if I want to calculate one of the side, that becomes 120 over 4, which is equals to 30. Now, 30 centimeter is the side that we are going to take the help of in order to calculate the area. Now, area of the square just now we have learned is side times of side. Now, it is 30 times of 30 that we need to calculate. And this is coming out to be as 900 meters square here, which is the right answer. Okay. So from here, we are clear that square is going to have more area than that of the rectangle. And that is why in the first question, we are having option A as the correct one. Square covers more area than the rectangle. Okay. Yeah. Anyone having any doubt in this question, you guys can raise your hands to ask me about your doubts. Till then, let us quickly evaluate the level here. Level of the question is medium. Okay. You have to solve this within 1 minute, 30 seconds. Okay. And the answer is going to be option number A. Yes, I can see Zoom user raising their hand. Yes, Zoom user. Is there something that you have missed or you were not able to understand? Yes, V.
I don't get how you got like 30 for the sides of the square.
Okay. What is the total length of the wire?
120 meters.
Okay. And you already know for the squares, you will have equal sides. So if I add all of the equal sides together, what is the final?
120.
Right? So it is like 4s added with s, added with s, added with s. How much will it become?
120. Oh, so 4, right?
4s is equals to 120. Now bring this 4 to the right hand side. What is the value of one of the sides?
30.
30 centimeter. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Yes. Ayan, do you have any doubt?
How is the rectangle
Mhm.
80 centimeters?
Okay, rectangle 800 meters. Okay, I will explain it to you. Look at this. This is 120 meter, the entire length of the wire. Okay. And here you are already given with the width of the rectangle. Width is 20 meters. Now width will be present on both of the sides. As you can see, this is 20. The other one should also be 20. If I add these two together, that makes it a 40. That means out of 120-meter long wire, you are left with 80 meters. And if I try to divide it by 2, because there are two lengths, right? I need to cover both of the lengths. So if I divide this by 2, I will be getting the final value for the length as well. That is 40. Okay. So ultimately, you need to calculate the area. Just multiply length with the width to get the final answer. So it is like 40 times of 20 equals to 800 meters square. That's it.
Yep.
Okay, great. Now let us quickly move on to question number 2 for the day. Let us try to understand how to solve these type of questions. And for this, I would like to call Kaisha to quickly unmute and read out the question for the class here. Yes, Kaisha.
Adam draws a design on one of the wall of his kitchen. He uses a regular hexagon whose perimeter is 24 centimeters and places the squares along alternative edges of the hexagon. What is the perimeter of the design?
Right. You just have to calculate the perimeter of the entire design. What are you given with? You are already given with the perimeter of the entire regular hexagon. So it is like this hexagon's perimeter is known to you. If I try to darken the sides, this is the green portion that you have been given with. And the perimeter is 24 centimeter.
24.
Right? Now, Kaisha, can you tell me how many sides are present in a hexagon?
There's 6 sides in a
6
hexagon.
sides. And if it is a regular hexagon, it means we are talking about same sides. Okay. So if I write it down as S, how many S will be present in total?
6.
So this becomes 6S is equals to 24. 6 times of side equals to 24. What will be the value of one of the sides, Kaisha?
4.
4. Very good. 24 divided by 6, which is equals to 4 centimeter. Now look at this properly. One of the sides now is known to you. So it is like all of the squares which are present will be having 4 centimeter as its side as well, because they are made on the top of the hexagon. Now I just need to calculate the length of the outer edges. Okay, so let us quickly calculate exactly what do we need here to find the correct answer. Okay, now let us try to highlight the portions that we need to find out the answer for. This is 4 centimeter. Then again, we are having this 4 centimeter. This again is a 4 centimeter. This is also present. That is a part of the hexagon. Okay, so remember that is a separate value that we need to add. Here, this is 4 centimeter. This again is 4. This will be 6. This is 4 again. This is 4. This again is what we need to add as 4. And at the end, we are having 6 here. So we are actually adding 4 times of 3, which is equals to 12 centimeter for the square. And there are 3 squares here. So this becomes 12 times 3, which is equals to
36.
Very good. That is 36 centimeter. Now look at the sides which are having 6 centimeter as its length. What is the total here?
This total
Yeah, the sides which are having
6 times
hexagon in it. How many sides will be present here for the perimeter?
36.
Okay, that will be the entire perimeter of the hexagon. I do not need this part, right? This is not going to be the perimeter of the compound shape. This is not going to be the perimeter of the compound shape. And similarly, this one also. So I'm only left with the blue highlighted portion. Okay, and that is present in, if I add all of these 3 together, this becomes 6 times of 3, which is equals to 18 centimeter.
18.
Yeah. Now I just need to add 36 and 18 together to get my final answer. Okay, so you guys can simply add 36 and 18 to get your final answer here as 54
54.
centimeters. That's it. This is what you guys need to do in order to solve these type of questions. Okay. I think most of you have solved it. Great. Very good, Shanvika. Very good, Harsha. Yeah, you guys are getting 48. Okay, I think you guys have added 4 centimeters as the sides. Instead of that, we need to add 6 here. Okay. Always make sure you guys are not making these type of mistakes in the examination. Okay. Yes, Albert, any doubts? Yes, Albert, am I audible to you? Okay, I think he's facing some internet issues. Yes, Teja, any doubts?
How did you like get the 6 there? I don't understand how you get the 6 there.
This one. Okay. Let us look at a hexagon. Okay. Imagine that this is the hexagon that you are presented in the questionnaire. Now you already know the perimeter is equals to 24 centimeters. Okay, we have calculated the side of the hexagon as 4. Right. This should have been 4 again. Right. Okay, so instead of 6, we are going to use 4 for this question, and I will explain you why exactly is it 4. If perimeter is 24 centimeter, we have 6 sides, which will be making it as a total of 24. Now for calculating the side, this becomes 24 over 6, which is equals to 4 centimeter back again. Yes, thank you so much, Teja, for pointing that out. I want all of you to update this in the answer as well. That is equals to 4 centimeter, and that is why we will be adding 12 centimeter here in the final answer. Okay, so this is 48 centimeter, which you guys have already given me as the right answer. That's great. So 48 centimeter should be present here. The level is easy. Now you need to solve this within 1 minute, 30 seconds for the final answer. Okay. Yeah. Now let us quickly move on to question number 3 for the day. It is going to be an easy one, but for this one, I would like to call Karthikya to quickly unmute himself and read out the question for the class here. Yeah.
A triangular shaped swimming pool is divided into 2 segments. The shaded part is for adults and the remaining is for kids. Determine the swimming pool area for kids.
Yeah. So as you can clearly see within the bigger triangle, the compound shape that we are presented with, the gray portion here represents the area for the adults which are present here in this for this question. Now I need to calculate the area for the portion where we are going to have the kids present in that particular section. So as you can see, there is a bigger triangle in front of us. It is having the height as 6 centimeter and the base is going to be 8 centimeters for the entire triangle. Now, if I look at the smaller triangle, it is having a shaded region, which is having the sides as 6 centimeter and 4 centimeter. Now I need to take the help of the area of these two triangles to get my final answer. How will I do it? At first, I will calculate the area of the bigger triangle. Okay. So let us quickly calculate the area here for the bigger triangle. And as you guys can remember, the formula for the area of the triangle was half times of base times of height. So we need to take the help of it in order to calculate the final value. So it is like half times base times height, which we have to calculate. Now half is already present. Now let us quickly take the help of the base, which is 4 added with 4, which is equals to 8. Now the height is 6 centimeters that we are having here. So this becomes 4 times of 6, which is equals to 24 centimeters square as the area of the bigger triangle. Now I need to calculate the area of the smaller triangle as well. For the area of the smaller triangle, you already know it is going to be half times of 6, which is the height here. And then we have the base again, that is 4. Now if I calculate the area here, this becomes if I divide this 6 by 2, that will be is equals to 3. And 3 times that of 4 will be giving me the answer as 12 centimeters square. Now you just have to calculate the area of the swimming pool for the kids. So that means this is the section that you need to find the value for. So what am I going to do? What should be my next operation? What do you guys think? Yes, Shanvika? Yeah, area of the bigger triangle is known to me. Area of the smaller triangle is also known. I need to calculate the area for this white portion. How will I calculate it?
6 times
Mhm.
4.
Right. 6 times 4.
24.
But that was for the rectangle, right? Here we are not having a rectangle. Or are you talking about this particular portion for the area of the bigger triangle?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is correct. That is 24 centimeters square that we have already calculated. We have also calculated the area of the smaller triangle, right? This one. We have half times 6 times 4, which is equals to 12 centimeters square. Now I just need to calculate the area of the white portion. How will I do it? Shall I add the two areas or shall I subtract them? Yeah. Anyone else who would like to answer this? Yes, Farida?
Would you subtract them?
Exactly. We are going to subtract both of them to calculate the area of the kids' swimming pool area. Great. Very good. So already we have calculated the area of the bigger triangle as 24. If I subtract it with 12, that will give me the final area of the kids present there in, for the swimming pool there, and that is equals to 12 centimeters square as the right answer. Okay. Yeah, I can see in the comments as well, many of you have given me the right answer. Yes, perfect. Very good, Adit. Very good, V. Very good, Teja. Very good. Shikhar. Great. I think all of you have answered this one correctly. Okay. So the level is going to be an easy one because here we just have used only one operation and only one formula to solve the entire question. That was the area of the triangle. Okay. You have to solve these type of questions within 2 minutes, I would say. And the answer here is going to be 12 centimeters square. Now, let us quickly move on to question number 4 for today, where you have to calculate the area of the compound shape. Now, look at the shape given to us on the right hand side. As you guys can see, there is a trapezium which is present here, and then again a trapezium is present on this particular side. Now, if I ask you guys to try and identify which are the parallel sides of it, always remember for the parallel sides, it is like a railway track. Okay. Whenever you see the two lines which are never going to intersect each other, you have to call them as a parallel line. Now look at the first one. In the first one here, I can clearly identify that this 8 and this 10, both of them are going to be my length of the sides which are parallel. So if I take this as A and this one as B, I will be able to find out the area of the trapezium from here for the first shape. And the area of the trapezium here becomes half times of A plus B times of height. Okay, so it is like half multiplied with 10 and 8 together multiplied by the height. Height is already known to me as 5 centimeters because it will stay the same throughout. So it is like having 18 divided by 2 multiplied with 5 as the right answer. So this becomes 9 times of 5, which is equals to 45 meters square. Okay, so this is the area of the first shape. I want you guys to tell me what should be the value of A and B for the second trapezium. Can you guys quickly identify and tell me the names for A and B here, and which side is going to be present there? Yes, anyone? Jessica, can you identify it for the second shape here? Which are the parallel sides? Okay, I can see V has already given me the right answer. Okay, yes, Venkat, you can quickly unmute yourself and give me the correct solution. What should be the parallel sides in this particular case for the second shape?
8 and 6.
Very good. That is 8 and 6. If I try to rotate it, it will be made in this way. Okay, you have 8 centimeter as the base, whereas 6 centimeter is present here for the second side. Then for the height, you are present here with 2 centimeters. If I want to calculate the area of the trapezium in this case, that is going to be half times of, you have to, yeah, exactly. We have to add the two sides which are parallel. So it is like 8 added with 6. Then you have to multiply it by 2 to get the final answer. So this is half times of 14 times of 2, which will be giving you the right answer. So it is 2 times 7, which is 14. 7 times 2 becomes 14 again. So this is 14 meters square, which you are getting here for the second shape altogether. Okay,
Okay.
that's it. You just have to add these two areas in order to get the final area of the compound shape. Okay, so that means you have to add 45 with 14 to get the final answer, and that is equals to 59 meters square.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, great. So for this question, you guys always have to remember these type of formulas are going to help you out in getting the edge over the other students in the real examination. Okay, always remember, if you are stuck with these type of questions, you can also solve it with the help of other methods. You can convert this into 3 different rectangles as well. You can draw a rectangle in the middle like this, and still you will be able to solve this question. So there are several ways to answer these type of questions, but the best one is going to be remembering the formula and then applying it directly in the shapes which are present here. Okay, now the level of this question is going to be a medium one, because here you have to remember the formulas as well. You have to solve it within 1 minute 30 seconds. Okay, and the answer here is going to be 59 meters square. Okay, now let us quickly move on to the next question for us today, which is about bearing. And for this one, I would like to call uh, Lily to read out the question for us. Yes, Lily.
We made a design using the identical squares. The area of the design is 72 meters squares. What is the perimeter of the design?
Right. So this is the design present here in front of us. These are the identical shapes, which you can see as a square. Okay. Now the area of the design is 72 centimeters square altogether. You just have to calculate the perimeter of the design, which can be calculated by adding the length of the sides here. These sides, which are the length of these squares, you just have to count them all and multiply it by the length of it. Okay, to get the final answer. So at first we will have to identify what should be the area of one of these squares. Okay, so I will give you 1 minute 30 seconds to solve this question, and then we'll discuss about the final solution. Okay, your time starts now. Yeah. So I would give you a little hint. You are presented here with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 identical squares. So it is like this total area of 72 centimeters square is present here for 8 squares in total. So from here, you will be able to identify what should be the area of one of these square. Okay. Can anyone tell me what should be the area of one of the square here? Ayan, can you identify? This is the area of the 8 squares, that is 72 centimeters square. If you want to calculate the area of one square, then it should be 72 divided by 8. This will give you the right answer. Yes, Daksh, what should be the correct answer for the area of one square?
Area of one square is
Yeah, if I divide 72 by 8, what will I get?
9.
Very good. Now, if somebody asks you that area of the square is known to you, you have to calculate the side length of a square. How will you do that?
To find the side length of a square, you have to just divide the total, divide by 4.
That is for the perimeter, right? Here we are given with area. For the perimeter, we can certainly do it. But for the area, we have the formula as side times of side. That is equals to 9. Now, what is that number when it is multiplied by itself? Will give you 9 centimeter square as the answer.
3 times 3.
Exactly. So S here becomes 3 centimeter, which is the side length of the square. Now let us quickly talk about what are the total number of sides present here for the square that we need to add to get the final perimeter of the design altogether. Okay. So for this one, I would like to call Marco to tell me how many lengths can he see here for the perimeter. Yes, Marco. Yeah. Shall I start from here? Let us count it together, okay? This one is the first one.
1,
Correct. This,
Okay.
right?
3,
This 3,
4,
4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18.
Great. So that means what will I multiply with 18 to get my final perimeter?
3.
Correct. So here total perimeter becomes 18 times that of 3, which will be giving us the final value for the perimeter of the entire compound shape. Now, if I multiply these two together, that is equals to 8 times 3 is 24 and 3 times 1 is 3 added with 2 will give you 5 here. So this becomes 54 centimeter as the right answer for the perimeter. Okay, so this is how you guys need to identify what exactly is the meaning of identical square. How will I divide the total number of squares to get the value for one of these square? And after that, I need to calculate the total length or the total sides which are present here to calculate the final perimeter. That is also an important step for us to calculate the final value. Okay, now the level is going to be certainly a medium one. Here you are using multiple operations together. Okay, so that is why you can take 3 minutes as well to solve this question. But please make sure that you are saving your time by remembering all of the formulas. Okay. Otherwise, you are going to miss out on these timings and it will certainly affect the performance in the 11 plus examination as well. Okay. So you always have to keep examination in your head before attempting any question. Now, let us quickly move on to the uh, one more question that we are having here for the day, which is going to be the 6th one. Just a second. Yeah. So for this question, what are we going to do is we are going to have a compound shape in front of us. It is like having a rectangle here. And then on the top, we are having a triangle. Okay. We need to identify what should be the area of it. We have already discussed about the perimeter. Let us quickly talk about the area and its calculation here for this particular question. Okay. Now imagine if this is the shape that we are present here with, then to calculate the final area of the entire compound shape, you will have to divide the entire parts into 2 certain sections. One is going to be your triangle. Then we are also having a rectangle in front of us. Okay. Now for this triangle, we already know the value that we need is the base. So let us imagine this to be as 4 centimeter. Okay. and this entire length is given to you. Okay, this entire length that is present here is equivalent to 6 centimeter. Okay, so you need to identify what should be the, and this is a square that is present here. Okay, let us call this as a square. So BCDE is a square, and there is a triangle which is present on the top of it. The triangle is having 4 centimeter as its base. Okay, you need to find out the height and the area as well for the triangle, and accordingly you need to find out the area of the square as well to get the final answer of the compound shape. I want you guys to attempt this question in order to get the final answer. Okay, and you guys can use the comment to write down your answer as well, and then we'll discuss about the final solution. If there are any doubts, you guys can raise your hands to ask me about your doubt as well. Okay, I can see Adit, Kaisha. Yes, Kundan. Is there any doubt that you are having?
Is that a rectangle or a square?
It's a square that we are having. Okay, let me draw it properly as well so that it is clear. Yeah. So these are the dimensions of the rectangle, square and the triangle. Yeah. Take your time, quickly calculate the value, and then we'll discuss about the final answer. Okay, so Venkat, for you, it is like we are having a triangle on the top and then we are having a square at the bottom. Square's dimension is 4 centimeter as the side. Okay, triangle is having a part which is attached with it to that of the square, and then you have to identify what should be the height of the triangle altogether. Okay, with the help of that, you need to identify what should be the area of the entire compound shape. That is what we are trying to figure out. Okay. Great, I can see all of you are giving me the right answers. Very good, Harsha. Very good, Shanvika. Yes. Okay, Kenzo, I will explain it to everyone. Very good, Sagrika. Very good, Lily. Very good, Macy. Okay, there is only one thing that I can see most of you are making the mistake in, and that is going to be the units that you have to use in the question. Always remember, whenever you are going to use the units. For area, it is always square centimeter. And for the perimeter, it is going to be plainly centimeters that we need to use. Okay, so it is like area of triangle here will be, this entirely is 6 centimeter. Now you know this is a square. This should be 4 centimeter as well. Okay. I can see someone's mic is on.
There's 2 at the top of the square.
स्क्वायर लिख दो, देखना पड़ेगा ऊपर स्किप होता है वो.
Yeah, so for this particular question, what are we going to do is, for the area of the triangle, I can see this entire length is 6 centimeter. And I already know this being a square is having the side as 4 centimeter. I need to take care of this to get the final height of the triangle as well. So it is like this particular side, which is BD, becomes 4 centimeter. And when you subtract 6 with 4, you get the final height of the triangle here. And that is 2 centimeters. So for calculating the area of the triangle, that is half times of base. Base is 4 centimeter. And here the height is going to be 2. So this becomes 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is again 4 centimeter square that you are getting here for the area of the triangle. Now, if I want to calculate the area of the square, that becomes 4 times that of 4, which is equals to 16 centimeters square. Ultimately, area of the compound shape becomes 16 added with 4, which is equals to 20 centimeters square as the right answer. Okay, so always remember, whenever you are getting this type of a question, always try to find out the dimensions first. Once you have found the dimensions, you just have to use the area of the triangle and or the area of the compound shapes formula to get the final answer as well. Okay, so this way you guys can calculate the final answer for these type of question. But I can see many of you are using centimeters for area. Okay, try to avoid it during the actual examination. Centimeter should be ignored while writing down the area. Let me quickly give you guys a recap of whatever we have learned for today. That will help you in recalling and also remembering about these type of points. At first, whenever we are talking about area and perimeter of the 2D shapes, perimeter is going to be the sum of the length of the outer edges. And within these edges, you just have to add all of them up to get the final answer. Whereas area is going to be the measure of the space which is present inside that 2D shape. So the cricket example that we have already talked about, the length of the boundary is going to give you the perimeter, whereas the grass which is present inside the boundary is going to become your area. If I talk about compound shapes, you just have to remember you are going to add more than one 2D shapes together to form this compound shapes first. Once you have formed the entire compound shape, you can use the help of, you can take the help of the length of the sides to calculate the entire perimeter, or you can use the area for different types of 2D shapes which are present in it to get the final answer as well. Now, whenever you are calculating area or the perimeter of the compound shape, only add the outer edges of the compound shape to find its perimeter. Do not try to add the inner edges to get the final one. And whenever you are finding out the area of the compound shape, break it down into smaller 2D shapes and then add up to get the final area of each shape as well. Okay, this will help you in recalling whatever we have learned for the day. And one more thing that you have to remember is going to be use of the units should be done very carefully. For units, always remember within area, you are going to write it down like this, centimeter square. Whereas for perimeter, we are only going to have the units as centimeter here. Okay, this will help you in recalling each and everything. You just have to come to this slide and have a look at it so that you can recall whatever that has happened in the session is already noted down. Okay, so that is it from my side for today, guys. If you have any question that you want to ask, you can surely reach out to the support team to get your final answers queried. And I would like to call Urvashi now to take over, and we will be having the parents Q&A session after this. Yes, over to you, Urvashi.
Thank you so much, Suraj, and thanks to all the students for joining in today. It was a lovely session, and I hope students learned a lot. As I can see a lot of reactions, so that itself tells that they learned a lot about geometry today. Now it's time for the parents Q&A. I would request all the parents to join in for the Q&A session and drop in their queries in the chat box. The chat box is now open for everyone, and we will take them one by one. As we promised that we also have exclusive discounts for you at the end of the session, so I would just share and tell you about that as well. We have got two special offers for you. One is, of course, we have got this 11 plus maths topic wise worksheets bank, which you would get once this masterclass is over, and we will send out a detailed email to all of you guys who joined in today. This worksheet bank is going to be free. As you can see, it's a 497 pages long PDF, and it covers all the important maths topics. So when you hover on any topic and go to that, you could see a lot of questions over there, which you can mark your answers with. This is going to be coming straight to your inbox after the masterclass is over. And along with that, we are also providing a discount code, which is Friday 30, as we have today only launched our Black Friday sale. And it's an early discount for the people who have joined in today in the masterclass. So make the most of it, and it is going to be applicable on our website on all the 11 plus papers, especially the our hottest selling product, which is 11 plus maths topic wise. So as you today got to learn about geometry, you can see that our 11 plus maths topic wise subscription includes over 15,000 plus questions, which are bifurcated with the different topics that we have in the 11 plus exam. So if I go to, let's say, you can see what are the topics, and with the topics, we also give detailed answers. Once you will subscribe, you will get to know everything. Along with that, we also provide the timer, so students can learn when and how much time they are taking. And along with that, you can also see that we also mention the topic-wise tagging is done so that you get to know which topic we are covering. So this is, as you can see, geometry and measures itself. The topics that we covered today have around 1,422 questions. So it's a great opportunity today. The coupon code Friday 30. I would request the support team to drop the coupon code in the chat box as well. And yes, I can see. Thank you for, okay. There's a lot of people thanking for the class. I think that's great, Suraj. Okay, there's one question that's come from Venkata. I'm sorry, I'm not able to pronounce the name, but do you have any trial session for English? So if you mean trial session in terms of our live sessions that we have, we do conduct from time to time the master classes. So you can be tuned to our inbox and you will get to know the free trial sessions. But apart from that, we have the 11 plus tuition, which is one-to-one tuition, and there you will be able to learn a lot about it. So you can see we provide the free 11 plus diagnostic assessment whenever a parent book the one-to-one tuition, and we have lots of 11 for year 5 we have, year 3, year 2, every of the year students are covered in our one-to-one tuition, so you can choose as per your requirement. We do not provide the free session for one-to-one tuition. So if you want to get a trial, then you can maybe have a look at our master classes for English that we will run out in maybe next 15-20 days. And then you can book. Other than that, you can definitely book a one-to-one tuition, or we also have our upcoming Christmas courses, which would be out soon. Apart from that, we also have the Sunday classes, which are run throughout the year, which is for the year 4 and year 5, where we cover all the 4 subjects like maths, English, VR, and NVR. So you can join in any time, and those are conducted only on Sundays. You can get all the details on the website about the timings, about what are the topics, and what is the schedule. Everything you can get to know from there, and those are live sessions, live group sessions, so your child will have a fair chance to learn among the group. I hope that answers my question, your question, and I don't see use the just a second. All right, great. Now I also would like to mention that along with the maths topic wise that we discussed right now, you will also get 11 plus maths solved past papers. So that is another complementary product that you get with the purchase of topic wise, and it has around you can see 245 plus solved past papers. So you can definitely try out the free papers from here, and then you will get all the answers unlocked for the rest of the papers if you purchase any of this product. Okay, let me check if there's any messages. I would like to request to the students that do not bombard the chat box with your funny images. It's better that we keep this platform open for Q&A for the parents. If you can call up your parents, they would be happy to know more about what we have. Apart from that, I would also like to show you the practice papers, which covers all the board specific products. Like we have papers for GL specific exam, CEM, we have Buckinghamshire, Kent, all of these papers you get for such low prices. And above that, the coupon code Friday 30 is going to be applicable on all of these products. So you can definitely check them out. Just to show you an example, I would, let's say, open this one. You can see what all we provide here. We have 16 full-length tests and 800 plus GL style MCQ questions covered in this subscription. So along with that, you will also get all the step-by-step solutions for any of the product that you purchase from our website. So this is going to be a great opportunity, since now is the time that we must start preparing for the September 2026 exam. So I wish you all the best. And yeah, I think Suraj, have you got any questions?
Yeah, Shanvika, I think, was asking about
Okay.
the one-to-one sessions. That what
All
is the
right.
cost of it? Yeah.
Okay. So I'll show you once again. Yes. The one-to-one tuitions, once you go to this 11 plus tuition, you would be able to see all the one-to-one tuitions that we provide. Suppose, let's say you are preparing your child for this, you can go on to view details and book it. There's the price is of 349 for 5 sessions, but that is also inclusive of the free diagnostic assessment, which is going to be a detailed assessment of knowing where your child exactly lies in right now, so that we can tune in, the tutor basically can give in the feedback, detailed feedback to you as a parent, and also drive the next 5 classes as per what the student would need to prepare the best. As you can see, here is the tuition booking information form. Once you fill out this entire form, you choose the year, the subject, your preferred day and timing. Our support team will reach out to you within 24 hours and get the tutor aligned for you, and do the rest of the formalities will be carried out on the email. So yes, so just the major highlight is that along with the one-to-one tuition, you always get a free diagnostic assessment, which would be done first, and after that you would be assigned a tutor. All our tutors are very, very experienced and have a 95% success rate. As you might have observed today, the teaching of our esteemed tutor Suraj, who taught maths. Likewise, we have a lot of English tutors, and you would be able to benefit from there as well. Correct. Apart from that, any other questions, Suraj? Do you provide the marks per question? Yes, we do provide the marks. We have the marks mentioned on the papers and on the solutions page also. So if you can look at the free papers that we provide, you would be able to see the kind of solutions we provide. And yes, show you. And the detailed solutions covering the answers. And in the question paper, you can, which is freely available to download, you would be able to see all the other instructions as well. Yeah. Suraj, is there anything you would like to add? I think. Yes. I think I received one more question. Okay, are those Sunday classes can be joined anytime? Yes, Sunday classes can be joined anytime. Once again, I would like to show you, as these are all year-round classes. It doesn't matter at what time of the year you book it, but you will get the full syllabus covered, because the topics, once you are there in for 6 months, you would be able to cover all the topics as those goes around year. And along with that, you will be able to see what are the topics that we are going to cover. And along with the Sunday classes, this is what additionally you get, which is, I think you would not get anywhere else in the market. You will get all the paper subscription for free if you subscribe to our Sunday classes. Along with the video courses that we have the video sessions. You can pre-recorded video courses, which you can check out from here, and also the mock exams. So in the video courses, you would be able to see that we have comprehension mastery video course, creative writing, algebra, geometry, word problems. Then there is again algebra for the beginners, fractions. Along with that, we also have mock exams, which you will also get as free if you subscribe to our Sunday classes. So this is all is going to be covered in that. Yeah, I hope, I think those were the questions. Suraj, if you don't have any other questions, we can maybe wrap it up as we are up with the time. I think Suraj has basics of networks and stuff like that. All right. Thanks again for everyone who joined today, and look out at the email. We would be sending out the lecture notes that we covered today, along with along with the coupon code, which is Friday 30. So make sure that you apply the coupon code and make the most out of it, as this is going to be a game changer if you start preparing today. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the session. Thanks again. Right, I just see one more question. What is the all-in-one bundle? Okay, I'll again share my screen and show you that. The all-in-one bundle is something that you get on the video courses, which has all the pre-recorded videos that are there. So the all-in-one bundle covers everything that you have about all the topics like comprehension, writing, algebra, geometry, and fractions. It has around 120 plus video lectures. So once you click on the check details, you would be able to see what all we got in this. It has got 120 plus video lectures along with the solutions, and this is what you will be getting in the all-in-one bundle. You will be getting basically access to all the other rest of the video courses that we have. Yeah. You can read out all the details here. I would just paste it in the chat box. I hope that's it. Okay, Ian is somebody saying the example you showed did not show the marks. Okay, so the marks, basically these are the past papers. So for the past papers, the marks are already, I think, mentioned in the question paper itself. You can check out what we got here in the free question papers and answers here to know more about it. And you can explore the practice in other English papers also. You would be able to see the free sample papers. So I think that would help you to know how we provide and what we provide in terms of answers and solutions. So just to show you, in the English papers, you would be able to see that we also provide the hints as well. And along with the hints, as you can see, we also provide the type of question that this is, along with the detailed answers. So this is how it looks like. And yes. I don't see any more questions. And once again, thank you all for joining in, and watch out for the email. We would be sending out in another 15-20 minutes, and make the most out of our subscriptions. Thank you.